Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics. I'm Taylor Phillips, and welcome to episode 52 of Taylor's Detroit Sports on Spreaker. You can also find this and all other episodes of Taylor's Detroit Sports on iHeartRadio. Add me on Facebook as Taylor Phillips online at facebook.com/Phil1DT. That's Phil with two L's, the number 1, DT. Like my Facebook page, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page. Join my Facebook group, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports Group, and follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. That's DT, the number 2, Phillips. Going to recap the Tigers' 11-4 win in 11 innings in Cleveland. Plus a Lions Champ Bailey update and head coach Mike Babcock of the Detroit Red Wings a little later on in this episode. So, Max Scherzer was starting against Trevor Bauer, and the Tigers got to Trevor Bauer early by scoring 4 runs in the first inning. The first one on a wild pitch, scoring Ian Kinsler, and then 2 batters later, Brian Holiday, of all people, hit a 2-run single. But that's all he did for that game. And then Rajai Davis hit it, capped off that scoring in the first inning with an RBI single. The Indians got on the board in the 4th inning after Ian Kinsler made a stupid error on a pop fly between second base and right center field. Kinsler had it, but Tyler Collins called him off, and they miscommunicated, and the ball dropped. They gave the error to Kinsler, but I don't think it was Kinsler's fault. I would point the finger at Tyler Collins, because Collins, it looked to me, was the one that screwed up Ian Kinsler's concentration of trying to make that play, and that's what happens when you do stupid stuff like that. That's not smart baseball. That cost the Tigers a run as Yan Gomes drove in Michael Brantley with an RBI sacrifice fly in that 4th inning to make it 4-1 Tigers. And then Max Scherzer gave up two more runs in the 6th inning. And then those 2 runs were scored on an RBI double by Jason Kipnis. And wait, that's not an RBI double. It was a double, but an RBI ground out by Yan Gomes. After Jason Kipnis doubled, And then Lonnie Chisenhall got himself an RBI single, scoring Kipnis. And then the Indians tied the game at 4 on an RBI single by Michael Bourn off of Al Albuquerque, who has struggled the recent years overall. Michael Brantley's doubled and scored on that single by Bourn. And as I was mentioning, Torii Hunter and Alex Avila are out. Torii Hunter had a bruised foot, whereas Alex Avila is still listed day to day after taking a foul ball in the mask. That would be a concussion like symptoms. And Brad Ausmus decides to put in Hunter at pinch hit with Hunter in the 6th inning, and Hunter struck out. I mean, how smart is that? I'm being sarcastic. How stupid is that? So Max Scherzer, getting the no decision, goes 6 innings flat, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, walks 3, and strikes out 6. He threw a season-high 124 pitches, 77 for strikes. Not good enough. Trevor Bauer went 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. 4s are almost wild. Bauer threw 152, 59 of them for strikes. It was still tied at 4 until the top of the 11th when Eugenio Suarez lined one to left field for a 2-run single. And then Victor Martinez hit a 3-run bomb to right. Suarez pinch ran for Miguel Cabrera back in the top of the 9th. But Suarez finally got a run scored on that homer by Victor Martinez. And then a few batters later, Andrew Romine got into the act, hitting a 2-run single of his own, making it 11-4. And that was it. That capped off a 7-run 11th inning rally by the Tigers as Jim Johnson set them up and down. Phil Koch and Joba Chamberlain, if you at least look statistically right now, they were amazing earlier tonight. Chamberlain pitched an inning and a third without giving up a hit. And Al Albuquerque, not Albuquerque. First it was Chamberlain, and then it was Phil Koch throwing the last inning and 2/3 of baseball before Jim Johnson set him and down 1-2-3. Blaine Hardy and Al Albuquerque are my scapegoats tonight. Are my scapegoats tonight. In that sixth inning, in that seventh inning, rather, Blaine Hardy gave up a double to Michael Brantley. And then Bourn gave up the Michael Bourn RBI single scoring Hardy. So the Tigers again win 11-4. They take 3 out of 4. Max Scherzer again getting the no decision. Phil Koch gets the win. Josh Tomlin the loss. Tomlin's the guy who gave up all 7 runs in the 11th inning. So what's next for the Tigers? A rematch of the 2012 World Series against the San Francisco Giants. Rick Porcello will take on Jake Peavy in Friday's game at 7:08. David Price will take on Madison Bumgarner Saturday at 1. And then Kyle Lobstein. I mentioned Porcello already. Lobstein still has yet to get a decision. Will take on Tim Hudson. Go to Tigers.com for all the stats. So, moving on to Lions now. The Lions have worked out veteran cornerback Champ Bailey at Allen Park yesterday. No deal was signed or turned, and in other words, what am I saying? The Lions have worked out veteran cornerback Champ Bailey at Allen Park yesterday. No deal has been signed yet. No deal is imminent, but I think Champ Bailey will help. He was released by the New Orleans Saints this past offseason, this calendar year. Before that, he played 10 seasons with the Denver Broncos, the last 10 seasons, and the first 5 with the Washington Redskins. That's all he has played in his career. I think it'll help the Lions' secondary defense explode, and they will win. They will win. They will help the Lions win the NFC North, and maybe at least a trip to the NFC Championship game. One more topic. Detroit Red Wings head coach Mike Babcock will close contract negotiations when their 2014-2015 season starts if a deal is not done anytime soon. The Red Wings really want you to stay, Mike Babcock. But that might be a sign where he's going to have to test the free agent market after this upcoming season for the Wings. So that's all the news I have to share for you for tonight. Episode 53 comes up after Tigers and Giants Game 1 on Fox Sports Detroit, and 97-1 the tickets. So does Saturday's game at 1:08. Sunday's game will be on ESPN at 8 o'clock. They'll still be on 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit, and they'll also be on Detroit Sports 105.1 ESPN Sunday night baseball coverage of the Tigers and Giants at Comerica Park. Let's hope the Tigers sweep the Giants back. This is Taylor Phillips saying TTFN, ta-ta for now.